Alright, what's up everyone? I wanted to make a new video talking about the 2022 Honda Civic. So Honda released a prototype of this new car and I have a lot to say about it. Let's get into it. So overall, just from the start, it's a handsome looking car. I like how it looks. Starting at the front, they have a new DRL running headlight. I think this is going to be like the standard headlight on this car because in the prototypes and in the patents, the upgraded headlight seems to have the similar design, LED design that we saw from the past Honda Civic, except it has like a projector right in the middle of it. And this car does not have any of that. So I think this is going to be the space headlight. The grille, I like it how it looks, but it does look straight off a Toyota Camry XLE or LE. But I think it works for the car. Maybe they could change it up a little bit before the car actually releases because I don't know, it's slightly off, but it's fine. And then we got the two vents at the side. I would assume they're non-functional because it's just a normal car, but it does add to the design aesthetic of it. And overall, the car itself looks a bit longer and a bit more sporty than the past Civic. If we look at the rims, I like how they look. I think this rim will be included on the SI model, which I'll have a video on that coming pretty soon actually. And going to the side, it looks kind of like a Cadillac CT5. And that's not too much of a bad thing. I kind of think they did the CT5 a little better than Cadillac themselves. And then to the back, we have kind of a German design here. I see lots of elements from the Audi A4 and the Volkswagen Jetta right here. I think they made it work. Maybe the taillights could be a little bit smaller. And I like how they put the two exhausts right at the back instead of just doing fake exhaust like every other automaker does. Oh, and another thing I'd like to add is how they brought down the mirrors to the A-pillar, kind of like the other previous, I think it's the 8th gen Civic did that as well. The 8th and 9th gen Civic did that, so it kind of harks back to them. The side also provides the Accord shape that we love so much, but I think it takes some of the best designs of the Accord and kind of trickles it down to the Civic, and I think it makes it look a pretty cohesive design in my opinion. Now we have some design shots of the interior. So the door trims right here, it seems to have some sort of 3D dimensional design to them. I'm not sure what material we used on it until we actually see the thing. And then door handles have the same kind of design off a 370Z. I'm not sure how effective or if people like that design, but I guess it kind of makes it more unique. And then Honda's also following the design elements of the Germans, like I said. And they have the singular vent design, but it has 3 separate vents, as you can see here. But they made it look as if it was one cohesive vent. Down below where the gear lever is, it looks like there's going to be like a wireless charger or storage area there. Up top, we have a 9-inch display. It's supposed to be faster than what's on the Accord and what's on the Odyssey, so that's pretty good. I've heard some criticism with that screen that it's a little bit slower than other manufacturers, so it's good that they brought up the speed. And also, right in the center of that steering wheel, we have Honda's first digital instrument cluster. And I'm really happy that they put it on this car. It'll bring up the technology we feel that people want on the car. And I wasn't expecting it because the Accord refresh, the Odyssey refresh, even the new TLX did not get that. But it's good that they're putting it here. And I think they kind of have a thing where Honda introduces new technology on the Civic, and then the Accord and the other better models kind of get upgraded versions of that technology. And then the steering wheel, it kind of looks like a Civic steering wheel. It looks like similar to what you would get on a 9th and 8th, 9th gen Civic, so a little bit of design evolution there. Now let's talk performance. I don't really see Honda developing a new engine for this car. They used the 1.5 liter on the Accord, and I think they'll use the same here. I assume they'll just go 1.5 liter on everything. Do the same 174 horsepower that we see on the Civic Hatch and the current Civic. And of course, this engine will be paired with that CVT. It's acceptable for the base model, but as soon as we get into the sportier models like the Civic SI, the Type R, they'll definitely be changing up that transmissions. Also, with that 1.5 liter turbo, they'll also give it the output of probably the Accord on the Sport model, because I think the Sport makes 180 horsepower and the normal turbocharged engine makes 174. So maybe that's something they can do there. I'm not sure what they'll do, but we'll see when it comes out. And of course, when it comes to driving dynamics, this will probably be one of the more sporty cars compared to the Mazda 3. Definitely more sporty than a Corolla, and probably better, more composed, better to drive than the current Civic, because of course it's an upgrade. So the final thing about this car I'll say is that there is going to be a hatchback model, but the coupe got cut, so that kind of sucks for the coupe. I kind of liked how it looked, but of course people wouldn't buy it. It's a front-wheel drive economy car that's trying to portray itself as a sporty two-door coupe, so that's why the Accord coupe and the Civic coupe got to go. That's why Honda should probably release a rear-wheel drive sports coupe, but I doubt that be happening. But anyway, I want to talk about the hatchback. There's been some spy shots on the hatchback. From what I've seen, I'm not really in love with how it looks. From the lines and stuff, everything looks similar to the Civic Prototype, but when you hit the rear, it kind of has more of a cross-tour style instead of a hatchback look, which I'm not really digging. It looks fine on the Type R models, the spy shots I've seen of that, but in its base form, I'm not really liking it. But when I saw the patents of this Civic, when they unveiled it, it looked a lot better than what the patents were showing. So I hope that's the same case with the hatchback. But that's pretty much all I got to say on this car. If you enjoyed the video, like it, subscribe, and maybe one day I might be able to actually drive this for a review. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching.